Hi. So I started this whole adventure project talking about adventures and projects, and then I stopped talking about adventures and projects and started talking about feelings instead because that's what I do. I talk about feelings a lot of feelings. Also, so a friend of mine, Rich, who knows a lot about making videos, looked at my videos, which was lovely, and then he gave me a couple of tips, one of which was to have the light coming from the front instead of the back, so I'm not sitting in the darkness. And the other is to have the laptop not in my lap, where you think a laptop should go, but sometimes it shouldn't, and higher up. So the laptop is now on my knees, but I'm not sure this works because I'm looking at it and I look like a bobblehead doll. Can you see that? I have like a really big head and a really small body, which, nope, I actually like that. We're going to stick with that. I like the bobblehead. So anyway, I did want to reel this back in and talk about the original project. And now it's occurring to me that I'm not even really sure what I'm going to say about the project. It's sort of loosely based around a bucket list, something I have staunchly avoided for years, mostly because I'm too lazy to make a list like that, because that would be a lot of things, I think. And I sort of like to do the things that feel most urgent at the time rather than something I sort of arbitrarily plucked out of the ether one day because I thought riding a hot air balloon would be fun, which, to be fair, would be a lot of fun, especially if I could convince a zoo to let me take a giraffe up in the hot air balloon with me. Can we make that happen? Is that a thing? Let's make that a thing. But anyway, I I think what I really want to do with this, and yes, it's about doing things that I haven't done so far, but it's more about looking at what comes up when I try to do these things and when I try to live my life this way, um, rather than a way that I have lived it before, working in cubicles and drinking a lot in the evenings with friends, and then just going home and watching TV and going to bed. I've lived that life, and it's kind of awesome in some ways, especially the ways that help you contribute to a 401k. But I haven't done that in a long time. But I also haven't really lived in a way that allows. Yeah, I've sort of been straddling. I've been straddling that life I really want. I haven't been working in an office, but I also haven't really been pushing my edges. I haven't been pushing boundaries. And a lot of that, as I mentioned, is to do with fear. And I think what I really want to do with this project is look at the places where that fear comes up and the places where other emotions come up and just sort of how I process through them and how I allow them to help me rather than hinder me. Because in the past, I've just let those emotions take me down and, put me in a funk for a day or a week and then just sort of move on without moving forward. And my hope is that by doing this sort of publicly in this sort of a way, I can maybe help spark you to do the same if you aren't already. And you may be, in which case, please email me and tell me how you do it, like for real. But I think that emotions and how to process them aren't really talked about. We aren't given tools. We're given geometry classes, but not how to handle our emotions and how to let them help our lives rather than the other thing. So that's my real goal with this. And if I get to do some awesome things on the way, then more the better.